just thought I'd take you for a little drive in my neighborhood. Show you the fall colors. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I am not holding my phone since I made a point of stating that to you when we were first starting this out. It's propped up on my dash. I don't know how well that's going to go. This is just down the road for me, and the fall colors are just so pretty. I'm sure you get some out there too. But yeah, I just thought this would be nice. And of course, all these people are like coming in my video, and I don't think I'm supposed to have people in my video, so I'm sorry, person. I wonder if I can just park over here. I think I can. Hi, person. Oh, you weren't supposed to look over at me. All right, we're gonna park right here. Stop looking at me, lady. It's okay. All right, so hi. I'm gonna just park here and turn this off. I thought maybe I'd wear my Canadian kitsch. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you can kind of see me. Okay, cool. So here, that's me. Canadian. This lady's looking at me like I'm crazy. I am a little bit crazy, so it's okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to debate whether or not I can send this video because I don't know, maybe I can figure out a way to blur her face out. I'll have to figure that out. I was trying to do something so that I could like do it without, I wonder, maybe I should try again. I don't know. Maybe I'll try one more time. What time is it? 9:20. No, I can't really try again because then I gotta go to work at like 10. So what I'll do is I'll just film this and yeah, hopefully, yeah, I'll have to blur her out. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, I'll figure it out. It's fine. Okay, so Canadian. I'm wearing the Canadian hat. I'm not actually going to wear this today. I bought this hat for another pen pal of mine, actually, from England. I think I told you about the gentleman that came and visited me, pen pals of mine that I've had for the last 8 years or so. And last summer they came to Niagara Falls to visit, and the entire time that he was here, he was wearing Canadian things every time. So they're from London, England. So they came to London, Ontario, which was, you know, hilarious. Well, actually, they didn't come to London. They came to Niagara Falls, but I'm from London, Ontario, and that was how we became pen pals because he didn't realize that there was a London here in Canada. So it was like kind of fun when we started writing back and forth. We do have a Thames. We have a Covent Garden Market. We have Trafalgar Street, not necessarily Trafalgar Square. But yeah, we try to model ourselves after London. And you saw the cool little walking bridge. That was really what I was trying to show you when I drove up here. It's a really nice little walking path area around here. There is this house back over here. I think the property is for sale. I don't think the house itself is for sale. Let me see if I can show you the house. You tried to show me the deer, and unfortunately I didn't see the deer. It was just out of shot, I believe. But oh, you know what? Can I turn it? I can't turn my video. Okay. So you see way back there. Oh, there's a truck coming, of course, when I try to film something outside. So I remember looking at this house ages ago when we were looking in the neighborhood, and I so wanted that house. It looks like it's got like a sunny, like greenhouse kind of green room off of the top of it. Sorry, I'm distracted because like dude's coming up on his truck, and actually I just realized that I am actually blocking him in. So yeah, we're definitely refilming this video at some point. Okay, hang on, we're backing up. Sorry, buddy. I guess this is a no parking zone. Okay, you're gonna stare at me. Is there anybody coming down the road? No. Okay, 1 second. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna drive over here. So do I keep filming this video? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna park over here. People usually park over here when they're going to this park, so I'm gonna park over here. I thought that was a parking spot, but it's not. Okay, yeah, we're parked now. It's good. Well, at least it's funny, right? Maybe I should just keep the video. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going and we'll figure it out from there. So this guy probably thinks I'm really bizarre, but anyway. In my Canadian hat and my Jeep filming something while I'm sitting there. Okay, anyway. Oh, do I keep the video? Okay, so Canadian. I'm drinking my Tim Hortons coffee while wearing my Canadian hat, which I need now because that was an interesting start. Also, I remember when I first started pen paling, we had discovered a couple of things about Canada with my friends, my 8-year-old friends. And I, that you guys in the States didn't have. One of the things, I brought them along. Unfortunately, my daughter ate my prop this morning. Because, it's Halloween and the candy's kicking around. But you guys don't have Smarties, do you? So Smarties are a Canadian thing. They're M&Ms, chocolate M&Ms. But they're Smarties. So they're just candy-coated little chocolate dots. Just like M&Ms, but without the peanuts. They're just milk chocolate, and they're done by Nestle. The other thing that my daughter didn't eat is ketchup chips. Apparently that's a purely Canadian thing, and whenever I mention this to any Americans, they always think, like, ketchup chips? What the heck? But yeah, it's a thing, and it's been a thing for years and years and years. When I was a kid, I loved ketchup chips. I still do. It's a staple. It's like a regular chip around here. Everybody's always had ketchup chips. It's not something that seems strange to us at all. Yeah, it's not. It's ketchup chips. I mean, you put ketchup on your French fries, so you have ketchup chips. So those are the two Canadian things that I brought along, aside from myself, of course. But yeah, and I brought my notes because I knew I'd get distracted. I didn't think I'd get so distracted, but that's okay. We're past it. I'm just waiting for somebody to come up and tell me I can't film here or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so you were talking about, this is actually the area that I'm in right now, which you saw me driving up and the gravel and the, I'm actually really near a little, like, a mini highway that runs through our city. Where I live is like a block from this highway. It's like a major throughway through the city. It goes north to south in London. But there's all this like parkland off to the side of it. So you've got all these trucks barreling down. Like I can see them from here. I'm looking at them, but they're like over top of trees. But yet we have this whole walking area that bridge goes off to like a path. And when you go down that walkway, it's all covered in trees. And it's like there's a part of the Thames runs through here, and deer will come walking up the path. In fact, I was walking with my daughter in the stroller a couple of years, well, I guess probably 6 or 7 years ago now. You can get to a couple of the parks from here, like with the swings and stuff. So we were walking up through with the stroller, and I heard hoofbeats on the cement path or the asphalt path. And I turned, and it was just in this area, and out of the brush came a mom deer and like 3 babies, and you could hear the clomp clomp as they walked across. So I stopped because I'm like, okay, it's a mom and her babies, like I'm with my own baby. This could get bad if the dad's around somewhere. So I just paused, but they're very skittish, as you know, with deer, so they just took off. But it was really cool to see because they were super close to me. And then, but we don't have moose around here, not around here. There are moose up north. I have never seen one. I should send you there's a cool video that someone took that was nearby here. When I say nearby, probably about 4 or 5 hours north of here. And it's basically this guy driving down a gravel road, and then he kind of sees something in the bushes. So he stops his car and waits because it's notorious out there. It could be a black bear. It could be, any sort of wildlife. But, with the bushes moving that much, it's something big. So he sits for a minute, and then this moose comes out of the woods, and the knee of this thing is like level with the car. Like it's crazy. They're huge. And I mean, you don't appreciate, like I'm Canadian and I didn't realize just how big these creatures are. So they're super, super big. And yeah, we don't have a lot of them around here. We have coyote. They're moving further into the city. We actually have warnings out if you have small dogs, that at daybreak and at sunset, not to leave your small dogs outside like by themselves because they're coming into the green spaces, and there have been a few small dogs taken, but I think that's actually common out your way too. Yeah, so oh, what was I saying? Sad about the Bigfoot meeting. Keep me posted. I definitely want to hear if you get to this Bigfoot meeting. It sounds really fun. I would totally do that too. I'd be like, if we knew each other, you know, like I lived where you were and you had mentioned that you were going to go to this and we're just going to like sit and like listen, I would totally be in. That would be amazing. But yeah, I understand what you mean about the guy being like kind of creepy. Like, did you have an encounter? Not a friendly like, hey, you know, let's shoot the breeze and like, you know, talk about like how cool these things are or whatever, but you know, that this like bonding moment with this guy, that would be a little intimidating. Yeah, we've got those. I've got a friend whose ex is a big believer. Like he's writing a book about them. So I don't know the guy well enough to pick his brains, and I don't think that would be a very good idea. But apparently he's got like a bunch of research and everything. He believes that Sasquatch is real. I should find a shirt. We've got a shirt here. There's a local bar. It's like the Old East Village. And it's like the Sasquatch of Old East Village. I've seen him or something like that. And it's like this beer tour or something that we've got. If I can get my hands on a shirt, I'll send it to you because you seem to like your shirts. So it won't be your Sasquatch meeting, and it's not a Sasquatch meeting here. It's just kind of like the, not the icon, like it's just their identifying marker. Like they just, you know, you recognize the Old East Village Sasquatch. That's kind of their thing. And I live in the Old East Village of or nearby the Old East Village of my city. So that's what we call ourselves. So yeah, so that was fun. But yeah, the Bigfoots and the ghost tours, I'm in, man. If I ever come out and visit you, we're doing this stuff because that sounds really fun. I would love that sort of thing. We have some ghost tours around here. Niagara Falls does some cool ones. Toronto has a really cool walking tour of and it's paired with their breweries, so it's like a ghost walking tour, and then you get beer too, so that's kind of cool. And you were did you bring the GoPro? Because if you did, I want to see that because that sounds fun. That sounds really good. You were saying about you guys, you know, don't start camping until the winter. Now I need to look up just how cold you guys get. Now, we don't get terribly cold. Like, we're not like the North Pole around here, but we will get snow, quite a bit of snow, over the winter. And we will be below freezing for a good 4 or 5 months. 4 months? 4 months, maybe 3. The coldest part is like January, February, and then March starts to get warmer again. So I guess 3 months is really our freezing time. But under a foot of snow and below freezing temperatures is not the time that you want to be in your camper. I've put antifreeze through all the lines. We put all the slide outs in. Now, like I say, my camper's stationary. It could be driven around, but I ain't driving it. So it's more like a little cottage for us. But yeah, we've tarped it all up. You know, it was October 31st is like the official closed day. Sorry, I just saw a shadow of something big flying over, a hawk or something. We've got a bald eagle out here actually. So that's, yeah, I don't think I'd ever be able to get a shot of that, but I have seen a bald eagle flying around here. So, you know, we've got some American in us too. Or at least a nod to the American culture. The bald eagle to me is always like America. So did I say that right? What was I talking about? See, I do the same thing. Okay, the camper and the coast. So do you when you say you the hunting and that, yes, this is hunting season here. There are certain areas in my area that you aren't going to go because hunters are out. And if you're not wearing bright orange, you should not be there. There's an island closer to where my camper is, so 2 hours southwest of here, so right down by Detroit, Lake Erie there. So if you're gonna pull out your map, you're gonna find Detroit and you're gonna find Lake Erie, and sort of in between Detroit and Sandusky, because the ferry comes from Sandusky as well. If you go out into the lake, about halfway between, like, follow the borderline between Canada and the United States, there's a little tiny island. Like, you got to zoom in because it's like small. And it's called Pelee Island, and it's Canadian. It's the southernmost tip of Canada. It doesn't get any more southern than that because it's a little tiny island in the middle of the lake. And it's a really cute little island. There's like nothing on it. There's a winery. There's a liquor store. So, you know, my kind of place. And there's a dock, you know, like Scudder Dock, you know, and there are locals that live there. There's about 200 people that live on the island full time. There's no grocery stores. There's no stores. They have to go to the mainland, which would be Leamington, to do their shopping, to send their kids to school. So in the winter, the kids actually, like, I think there's a grade school on the island, but if they're in high school, they stay with host families over the winter so that they don't have to cross back over the lake because they have to fly. The ferry gets shut down in the winter. It can't get through the ice. So yeah, it's like a whole little like weird little culture. And I've been over there. We used to do camping over there. And you know, like there's cottages to stay, and we've done that. We've rented a cottage and stayed for a week or whatever. And it's a great little island. I don't know how much you're up on, you know, literature and reading, but the Canadian author Margaret Atwood, she lives over there. So it's just a really cool little spot, really small. I've biked around the island. It took 2 hours, and I'm not a fast cyclist. So I would imagine if somebody's like a real cyclist, you could probably do it in an hour. But leisurely pace. Hey, there's a cat. A little kitty just walking away. Like I say, lots of wildlife around here. It's probably a stray cat. It's a cute little cat. Here, let's see. I can do this. There's no people. Oh, he's gone pretty far away, but little cat. And you see the cars in the distance. There's the cat walking along. I think you can see him. So yeah, okay. Bye, kitty. Sorry, he distracted me. What was that? Yeah, so Pelee Island, cool little spot. And I was telling you about the hunting. So yeah, this time of year, they will actually tell you, you know, if you're not hunting, don't come over to Pelee Island, because it's the pheasant hunt over there. People raise wild pheasant, and it runs around the island free. And yeah, hunters go over there and, you know, rent a cottage or camp out and bag themselves some pheasant. So sorry, I'm still watching this cat. You know, there's a house next to me here, and this person's probably wondering what the heck I'm doing, because they can probably see me animatedly talking in my Jeep, but that's okay. That's fun. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to edit this video, so I'll send it, because I was so close to just stopping the video and just being like, yeah, you know what, between the people that I saw and then having to back up and everything. But yeah, sure, that just adds some interest, so it's all good. I'll figure out how to edit this video, which means I won't get it to you until probably later this evening. But I've been faring about an average 4-day response time, so a few hours isn't really a big difference. Yeah, so, okay, so I was telling you about Pelee Island. I lost my list. It can't be far. Wow, I lost my list, really? I am so organized. It's great. Okay, what else can I tell you about? You're talking about your ghost things. I was inside my Jeep. I don't know if you can see them. I'm decorated for Halloween. I was going to decorate a lot more. I bought a bunch of stuff for Halloween to decorate my Jeep, and I might still do it. We carved some pumpkins yesterday. I want to carve another pumpkin by myself. Not tell the kids that I'm going to carve like a little Jeep thing on my pumpkin. And then I'll put it on the front of my Jeep and light it for trick-or-treating on Thursday. So that'll be fun. This is the Jeep. I love the Jeep. The Jeep makes me super happy. Okay, I've got a bit more space. I don't know how much longer I've got, but I did find my cart. So there we go. Wow, I'm going to learn how to edit a video today. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's see. I told you about the winterizing and the ghost tours. I do hope you brought that GoPro. That'll be really cool. Oh yeah. We don't have an interstate because of course we don't have states. Yeah, we have provinces. There are no states here. And our provinces are huge. So Ontario is really wide. So it would take, I got to check the time, just because I don't want to be late for work. And I am going to have to go for work soon. It would take you sometimes as much as like a day and a half to get all the way through Ontario. I actually have to look that up. So I might actually like do that before I go too far. But yeah, like our states, our provinces are huge, compared to states. We used to have people, when I lived down in Windsor, which is a border city, we'd have people come across the bridge and they're like, oh yeah, you know, it's July and they got skis on their roof. And okay, where are you going that you got skis? It's July, like it's 90 degrees out. And they'd be like, oh, we're going to go skiing up in Jasper. Okay, Jasper's in BC, and we're in Ontario. Oh yeah, but that's only like 4 or 5 provinces away. Like, we can get there. We figure we'll drive for most of the day and we'll get there. Okay. Take out your map and compare it to the States. Okay. So you want to go from Detroit to Seattle. Do I mean Seattle? I think I mean Seattle. Okay. I got to look at my own map now. But yeah, Seattle's near BC. It's near Vancouver, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to double check that. But as far as I know, that's what I mean. Like, you're going right across the country. You're not going, you know, just a, you know, yeah, you feel like you're going just 4 states over, but you're going 4 provinces over, and that's it might be 5 provinces, but it's a ways away. Like, it's going to take you 4 or 5 days to get there. And then you got to get up into the mountains, which is, you know, so yeah, you can't go skiing in July around here. So yeah, we're quite warm, and that provinces and states and trees and Bigfoot. Legal drinking age here in Canada is 19. We get to drink a little bit earlier than you, because you were talking about when you were old enough to drink, and you know, you started drinking the wine coolers. That was how I started on to Seagram's. I think that's a wine cooler. I used to drink the Seagram's Wildberry coolers, and I turned my bathroom pink, and then I never drank the Wildberry coolers again. And we can't buy them in variety stores. You know how you go to the convenience store and you like buy your alcohol? No, we've got something called the LCBO. That's here in Ontario. That's the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. And they have certain set hours. Our alcohol is government regulated, so it can't be for sale in stores. Now, that's actually changing. Grocery stores are now getting licenses that they're able to carry alcohol, and that's like a big treat. It's only just happened in the last couple of years that I can go to Walmart and buy a bottle of wine. That's not something that I was ever able to do. I remember being in the States and being super excited because I could like just go over to Walmart and buy beer or wine or something like that. When we were at a hotel, you know, we could go. But even still now, I can't buy anything after 10 o'clock at night. Those aisles in grocery stores are closed and locked. You can't go and buy alcohol after a certain time. And on Sundays, that's regulated. So after like 5 p.m., that can't be sold. So we don't sell it in variety stores. I can't go to a gas station and pick up, you know, a thing of vodka or something like that. I did notice that in the States, you guys had certain stores that were, I think, for the harder stuff, or I don't actually understand that. But so you can buy alcohol in Walmart, but you can't buy certain ones, I think is how it goes. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to pause here because I got to go to work, because I work at No Frills and the grocery store is just up over there. So I'm going to go to work and go home and edit this video and stitch things together and figure out how it is that I do that. So I'm going to learn some more things about YouTube tonight, and I'll talk to you soon, because hopefully I can make you some more video and finish this up, because I didn't finish everything I wanted to say. Okay, so you have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye. Well, it's sunny and beautiful out, and I've been talking about how cold it is.
Temperature control just our sleep expert.
But today, I'll have to look up the actual temperature today, but, actually, 16 degrees out. So 16 plus 16 is 32, and 32 is 64, is that right? 16, 32, yeah, 34 degrees. So 64 degrees. It's been colder for the last week or so. It's a gorgeous sunny fall afternoon, and you know, it's what you do when you have a Jeep. You take the top off. I've got the Freedom Panel on this bad boy. I don't know if this is gonna work. If my camera is gonna fall while I'm doing this. I don't have a mount. I'm taking after you and your ideas, but yeah, so I'm gonna go pick up the kids at the school. Yeah, see, the camera moved. But it's just such a pretty day. I thought I'd show you what I like to do around here before the snow flies, and I can't have my Freedom Panels off. Now I got the hardtop on, so I have these Freedom Panels that come off just in the front. But in the summer I have a soft top, but I just took that off a couple of weeks ago, so yeah. All right, this is just a quick video and it doesn't seem to be working too well. I don't want to keep fussing with the phone because it's really not good while you're driving, even though I'm just in the neighborhood. But I just thought I'd say hello and I will talk to you in a bit. Hey, so I just wanted to finish up the video because I felt like I didn't get finished yesterday because I had to dash off to work. But I have a ton of bath bombs to make, so I thought I would just keep rambling on here to you while I'm making some bath bombs. So, yeah, the craft show is coming up on the weekend, Saturday, and today's Tuesday. I just dropped the kids off at school, so I'm down in my lab. It's a really, here, let me see if I can show you real quick. It's a real, not so pretty room with all my stuff. It's a mess right now because I'm in craft show mode. So, and I'm making my bath bombs real all pretty and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm relegated to the basement because, you know, you don't want this like baking soda and all this other stuff around the house. And when I started making these things, I was doing them up in my kitchen. And at first it was all good. I mean, the house smelled great, which is awesome. But yeah, we were finding like baking soda dust all over everything. The cat, the kids' lunches, you know, all the kinds of things that you don't really want baking soda all over. So yeah, so I've been relegated down to this like basement room. It's an old unfinished, it's kind of like, I guess it's a bedroom, but there's cinder blocks still and some pretty poorly done drywall, and the floor is still cement. So like it's not finished. The bathroom downstairs, downstairs bathroom is behind me. Laundry room's on the other side. So I mean it's convenient because I've got like a place to rinse my dishes off and all that sort of thing. Here, I'll show you. So that's a bath bomb. It didn't turn out. I got a little bit of a schmutzy thing there. So what I'm gonna do is just tucky. I'm gonna remold this. That happens every so often, especially when you're talking. Ha ha ha. So yeah, it's an unfinished room, but I've got rooms to do things in, and rooms to wash things up in, and I'm kind of relegated down out of the way so that, you know, the food and the cat and everything else doesn't get covered in my stuff. So yeah, so there we go, and that's how you make a bath bomb. It's hard to see, the light's kind of unfair. So I'm literally trying to knock out 12 of each fragrance, and I want to make 8 fragrances. It's a lot of bath bombs. So just so I can have a good stock come the craft show. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'll film a little quick bit about my craft show when I'm there, so that you can see, you know, just what it's like from behind the scenes. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, I don't know that you're all that interested in craft shows, although you did say that you did some like artsy stuff and made like the shirts and that sort of thing. So maybe you've done them before. I mean, maybe you've done some craft shows, and if you haven't, maybe that's something you should think of doing, because it's a fun way if you're personable, if you like talking to people, which is kind of what I like to do. I like my customers. I like people. I have got this really random stray bit of hair. Anyway, sorry. It's sort of the thing when you like have these videos, you can see these little things. But yeah, I like talking to customers. I like seeing people. So craft shows are kind of right up my alley. But they're a little hectic. I'm a little stressed this week, I gotta say. You know, you never have enough stock, no matter what you're doing. I'm gonna get that piece of hair in just a second because it's driving me nuts. But yeah, so you know, and of course I don't have my notes. I was just finishing up these bath bombs, and I thought, you know what, I can film something down here. So I think I hit everything on the head about what your last mail was about. There we go. That's better. And yeah, so there we go. Another bath bomb. All right, let me think. What were we talking about? Yeah, maybe this wasn't a great idea. Oh yeah, where's my hair? Oh no. Yeah, there it is. And make sure that doesn't end up in a bath bomb. We don't want that to happen. Okay. There we go. All right, maybe I should be tying my hair back. It's short. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's see. What were you talking? You were talking about that lake and the areas around where you are. It seems really pretty. Oh, and we were talking about the time zones. You are. I looked it up. I'm Eastern. I'm not Central. So I'm 1 hour ahead of you. So right now you are 8:41. It's 9:41 for me. So, and not that that's a huge difference. It doesn't matter because you watch the video when you get the video. But, you know, just for the fun thing of it. It's always fun when you're talking online. I've got an email friend that I chat with in England. And, you know, like to send a message, I'm like, oh, wait, you're just having dinner right now. You know, it's kind of funny when it's like that. Another one that's in Australia. And it's really fun when you realize that you're actually talking to somebody in tomorrow. I'll always like say some random, you know, cheesy thing like, hey, so what's Wednesday like? You know, should I just not get out of bed tomorrow? Like, how's it going? And, you know, I say that often actually. And the joke always lands and people always giggle. What can you say? Dad jokes work on moms too, right? So yeah, so this is me. I think maybe I'm trying to think of the things and maybe chatting while doing bath bombs isn't the best way because I can't remember what I was talking about because I'm focused on this. Okay, this one doesn't want to come off. So the bottom part of my mold doesn't want to come off, so I'm going to whack. There we go. Another pretty bath bomb, yay. So I'm almost at my 12, which is good because then I can move on to my other fragrance. These are candy cane, by the way, so they smell like candy cane. I want to do some frankincense ones, which I'm going to do with black charcoal. So they're like these black bath bombs and they turn your bath water black, which is, you know, kind of fun for the teens. They like that. What other ones do I have? I'm drawing a blank. I've got violet. I've got lavender basil. All the fun stuff. So we're getting ready for Halloween. Halloween's coming up this week. I was telling you how I decorated the Jeep. I haven't finished that. I've got all the stuff I want to do, but I got to get these bath bombs made. So I'm kind of multitasking this week. But yeah, so lots of stuff to do. I've got to figure out how to edit this video. I was playing around with it yesterday because I was trying to figure out how to blur that woman's face out. And I determined that I don't think she can be seen all that well. I think it's going to be okay. I hope it's going to be okay. If it's not going to be okay and I post it and you think it's not okay, if you know anything about YouTube, let me know. I can pull it down again after you see the video and figure out how to edit it. Maybe you know. See, you put a cover, a thumbnail. What do you call that on one of your videos? And I was like, oh, I want to do that. That looks so good. Because, you know, like whenever I post a video, it always freeze frames in like the worst possible like moment. So it would be, if you've got quick tips on how to do that, that'd be great. I've been looking them up. One of the things it said was to download YouTube Studio. So I did. I don't know how to work it. I now know how many people viewed our videos. That's cool. But yeah, I don't know how to make thumbnails and stick them on my thing. I made a cool little graphic for this one. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay, I got the graphic, but I don't know how to stick it on. Maybe I'll figure it out by the time I post this because I'm using iMovie to weld all the little tiny bits of video together, which is handy. I kind of like that. I hope I can figure out how to, you know, like I think I'm going to kind of do videos this way where it's like a little bit here and a little bit there, especially when things are busy, because doing a quick little video here and there works. Whereas, you know, with the kids and stuff, sitting down and talking, you'd think sitting down and talking for 20 minutes isn't exactly hard, but something invariably comes up, like, you know, people walking into my shot or somebody trying to pull out of their driveway and I'm parked in front of them, and or having to run off to work because I rambled too long. So this way, you know, I can kind of put it all together and go through and stitch it all together afterwards, figure it out. This is the last one. And it might be a bit light. I gotta see here. Oh, I think it's all right. Okay, so there we go. I got my 12 bath bombs. I think 3, 6, 9. I got exactly 12. Do you think I can get one more? I think I can get one more. So while I get one more, I will continue to talk. Oh, I'm not going to get one more. Okay, anyway, so this is the process. You know how it is with crafting, right? Like when you're doing your shirts, do you talk to your crafts? I do. I'll be like, oh, you know, this looks good, or oh, that didn't work, or hey, stop sticking to the iron. I want you to stay on the shirt, not on the iron. Do you do all that stuff, or is that just me? But let's see, I'm just thinking about your video. I was going to ask you something. I love the fact that you drive all over. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. See, I knew if I just rambled for a minute, I'd figure it out. I was going to ask you what you came to for your conclusion about the job. For what I know of you, I don't know you real well, so I can't offer a ton of advice. But it seems to me you really like driving around and being with people and seeing the things and making your own hours and that sort of thing. Maybe I'm making this decision harder, especially if you haven't given your decision yet. But to me, it seems like, yes, of course, more money, office job, the security, that all seems like really good stuff. But if you're not happy, it's not worth it. So, I don't know, if it were me, I might seriously consider keeping the job that you have now, or finding a way that you could still do the delivering but be more involved in the higher up position. I don't know. That's just me. I've always been like that. I told you I was a radio announcer before. And, you know, I had the job. I went and did the school, and I was a DJ, a radio DJ. I was on air for just weekends, because when you start out, you start out, this just won't come off. Come on. See, I talked to my crafts. I had the on-air job. I had the on-air life. You know, I DJ'd events. I would go down to bars, and you know, I used to do the Survivor challenges. You remember? Well, I think Survivor's still on, isn't it? I wasn't really a big fan of it, but I was a fan of it when I was paid to do it. So we would go down to bars and we'd have Survivor parties, and I would be the radio host there that was, you know, running the contests and doing all the things. And then I'd go back to the studio on the weekends, and from, what was it? I think it was from 9 until noon. Maybe I was a little bit longer. I can't remember. I think they were 5-hour shifts. And I used to announce the songs and tell the weather and all that sort of stuff. And I really did enjoy it. It was a good job. But yeah, it was lonely. I was sitting in a little tiny studio, smaller than this room, and this room ain't that big. And of course people call in, you know, for the contests and stuff, but it was the same people all the time because they're like obsessed with the contest. So they sit by their phones and they wait, and then you like announce the contest and we want the 5th caller, and hey Bob, you know, it's you again. Oh, Denise, yeah, how's the cats, you know, like, how's your daughter, you know, is she pregnant yet? Like, it's great that you get to know these 4 or 5 people, but it's really not the big social job that I thought it was going to be. And it's also incredibly competitive. You're only as good as your last air check, and it was fun while it lasted, but I got replaced by a computer. Weekends went automated. They did have a job for me out in Kincardine, which is far, far north where those moose might be. But we just bought this house, and I didn't want to pull out on the mortgage or commute 4 hours every weekend to work. So I stuck with the coffee shop job that I was working in, and yeah, that's how I took it. So yeah, it was a tough decision because I went to school, and you know, that was what I went to school for, but we started our family and we did our thing, and you know, someday I might get back into it, but you know, if I could find something local. But yeah, I chose more to stay home and to do the things and to make less money, but spend time with my kids, that sort of thing. So now you got older kids, you got grandkids. But I'm not telling you this story as a reason to, you know, for something for you to, that you should do. Just that was the choice I made. So it's not a wrong choice. You know, it's totally okay. I guess that's why I'm telling the story. It's totally okay to choose the lesser. You don't always have to go up. You know, I think I grew up being told that you always have to go up. Like if you're given the opportunity, take it. And it's like, it might not be something you want to do. And you sound like-minded. I think you already know that. You're just kind of weighing your options. So whatever decision you made, it was the right decision, and I'm happy for you, and that's great. So if you decided to take the office job, great, congratulations. If you decided not to, that's awesome too. I'm now rambling for sure. Maybe it's the bath bomb mixture getting to me. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. But anyway, so I'm going to end this here just because this could go on, and we're at 14 minutes now, and I think the other video was like 30 minutes, and the video before that, yeah, so I'm going to end this here, edit it later today when I get some bath bombs done, and hopefully you'll have this by this evening, if not tomorrow morning. Okay, so hope you're having a great week, and we'll talk soon, okay? All right, I got to turn this off with my gloved hand.